The forgotten climate crisis. During the life of Jesus, the grand solar minimum. Most people know the story of Jesus, but almost nobody knows the world he lived in. A world caught in the middle of a climate crisis. A world locked inside a grand solar minimum. A world where the sun dimmed, the seasons shifted, and famine shaped the lives of entire nations. Tonight, I'm going to show you something almost no one has ever explained: that Jesus lived, ministered, and died during a real scientifically documented grand solar minimum, the Roman solar minimum, and the Bible itself describes the exact symptoms of that event. From roughly 150 BC to 50 AD, Earth entered a period of reduced solar activity known as the Roman solar minimum. Some reconstructions extend it to 100 AD, but either way it falls directly inside the lifetime of Jesus, from 4 BC to around 30 or 33 AD. A grand solar minimum happens when the sun's output weakens, not enough to freeze the world solid, but enough to throw everything off balance. We're talking about colder winters, unpredictable rainfall, crop failures, recurring droughts, heavy atmospheric haze, strange sky colors, jet streams that wobble and bend, food shortages across entire empires. History records these conditions exactingly. While Jesus walked the earth, the world around him was stressed and unstable, shaped by the quiet but relentless dimming of the sun. Acts 11:28 says, "There will be a great famine over all the world." This happened during the reign of Claudius, around 4154 AD, the tail end of the solar minimum. Jesus himself warned in Matthew 24:7, "There will be famines." These aren't coincidences. Solar minimums always bring widespread food shortages. The Bible describes 7 years of abundance followed by 7 years of famine in Genesis 41. This is the same boom-bust cycle solar records show during minimums. Joel 2:31 says the sun will turn to darkness and the moon to blood. These are the results of haze, dust, and weakened solar magnetism, all common in a grand solar minimum. And then, the Crucifixion. Luke 23 and 44-45 says darkness covered the land. Not an eclipse, impossible during Passover, a climate effect. Jesus warns in Matthew 24:20 about fleeing in winter because winter during a solar minimum was deadly. Exodus and Psalms both describe climate extremes seen in known solar minimums. Ecclesiastes 11:4 describes a world where farmers cannot trust the weather. Luke 21:25-26 describes cosmic disturbances, exactly what happens when solar output drops. During Jesus' lifetime, Judea suffered recurring droughts, Rome dealt with grain shortages, Egypt's Nile behaved unpredictably, whole regions faced famine, social unrest boiled beneath the surface, spiritual movements surged. This was not accidental. Every grand solar minimum in recorded history produces political unrest, economic strain, and spiritual searching. Jesus' world was desperate for hope, for answers, for direction, and he walked right into the center of one of the most unstable periods in ancient history. Understanding the grand solar minimum changes everything about how we read the New Testament. It explains why famine was everywhere, why apocalyptic expectation was intense, why prophetic movements flourished, why the crucifixion darkness was unforgettable, why Jesus' message spread like wildfire. The people were living through a climate crisis, a cosmic event, a sun that was not behaving normally. And in that instability, the world turned to faith. The same cycles that shaped the world 2,000 years ago are still active today. Understanding the past may be the key to understanding our future. If this opened your eyes, like, share, and subscribe. We have much more to uncover. Thank you for watching.